Welcome back to our channel. So I'm finally filming the pregnancy Q&A today. It took a while to find a time to film, but I'm so excited that I'm finally filming today. So I'm just gonna get right into the questions. I have them on a piece of paper like I always do. It's the best and easiest for me. So we're just gonna get right into the questions. Have you had a miscarriage, and any tips on how to cope in the waiting season? I've never had a miscarriage before. My best advice is talking with someone who has had one. There's no point of sharing with somebody that hasn't had a miscarriage before because they can never understand how you feel. And don't wait to get pregnant. If you keep waiting, your anxiety will just keep rising. And I think the best way to cope in the waiting season is just to let go and just forget that you're trying to get pregnant and have fun and let the pregnancy surprise you. Because I feel like this is even for myself, because even with this last pregnancy, I feel like I kept taking a pregnancy test over and over again, and then I had like 2 negatives before I officially got my positive test. That was a mistake I made because I just kept thinking that, oh, it's gonna be positive, and then when it's a negative test, you get discouraged. So let go of the thoughts that you're trying to get pregnant and have the pregnancy surprise you when you actually are pregnant. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'll never know what it's like to have a miscarriage, and if you are dealing with a miscarriage, I feel like the best thing you can do is for sure talk to somebody that has had it before, because they'll know what you're going through, they'll know your pain, and I think that's going to be the best way that you can deal with it. I cannot imagine ever having a miscarriage, because I know a couple people that have had a miscarriage. Some people have had it really, really bad. Some people just had 1 miscarriage. Other people had multiple miscarriages. And it's hard because you try to be as supportive as you can, but you'll never understand their pain that they're going through, because it's not just physical pain, even though it is a lot of physical pain, but it's also emotional pain. And I mean, some people go through miscarriages, some people go through infertility, some people go through stillbirth that like keeps reoccurring, and it's really, really rough. And I feel like if you've never experienced it yourself, you'll never know what that's like. So make sure you're sharing with somebody, letting out your emotions to somebody that has had that experience before. What stores do you buy your maternity clothes from? Honestly, I buy them from a variety of different places. With Austin, I actually bought a lot of dresses from Pink Blush Maternity, and I really liked all their dresses. Amazon has really good finds. I love shopping at ASOS for maternity clothes, H&M, sometimes Target. I feel like if I really can't find anything ever in store, I always go to Amazon. Any food cravings? I haven't been having much food cravings lately. Up until the 2nd trimester, I've been having a lot of food aversions, and then that's pretty much it. It's really, really rare. What were your first pregnancy symptoms? The very first pregnancy symptom I had was, I think, fatigue. And then right after I've felt really fatigued for like a week, I had the food aversion start. They lasted me throughout the whole 1st trimester. How long did it take you to get pregnant? This is a really deep Q&A. It took us about, I would say, a month to a month and a half to get pregnant. We started trying in June, and then I officially found out August 30th that I'm pregnant. So that's about a month and a half. When is baby due? So our baby is due on May 7th. It's so exciting because we've never had a spring baby before. Austin and Isla's birthdays are in September and November. So this is gonna be our first spring baby, and it's so exciting because it's so different. The best clean prenatal vitamins. I cannot recommend Ritual enough. I love their vitamins because they have a lot of different options. If you go on ritual.com, they have a lot of different options. And the best thing about their vitamins is that they are citrus and mint infused. So when you take them, they don't taste bad. They're not tablets, they're capsules, but they're not gross, and they're so easy to take, and you take 2 a day. But they're, I think, the best vitamins I've ever taken. They're vegan, and they're really clean, non-GMO, all this stuff. So you could just go on their website and check them out, because I love them. So I had a couple of these, but it's if you're having a gender reveal or not. So we were going back and forth about having a gender reveal, and we decided that we're gonna do something different with this baby. We wanna have just me, Artem, and the kids do a little gender reveal just for ourselves. We're not sure what it's gonna be yet, but that's kind of what we want. And I think it's gonna be so much more special if it's just us doing it. So yeah. Are you hoping for a VBAC? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be having a VBAC. I will be doing a scheduled C-section because I had 2 C-sections before, and kind of just like my history with my 2 C-sections, we thought it would be best to have the 3rd baby be a C-section and to have it be a scheduled C-section because it's going to be so much more smoother and calmer, and I feel like the experience will be way different than having 2 emergency C-sections. So that's what we're hoping for. We don't have a scheduled date yet for the C-section, but we will be doing a C-section. Do you guys want another boy or girl, or it doesn't matter since you have one of each already? Honestly, Artem is really hoping for a girl. He really wants a girl, and now it's kind of making me want a girl, but obviously if we get a boy, we're gonna be just as excited. I mean, that's not even like a thing. Like, of course we're gonna be excited for a boy, but we are hoping for a girl. And honestly, like, if we do have a boy, like, I'm not gonna care because Austin is such a calm child, and I'm hoping that if we have another boy, he's gonna be similar to Austin, so I'm not gonna care. Artem's not going to care if we have another boy. We're going to be really happy if we have a boy. But I think we're kind of like rooting more for a girl. Another one of these, when will you know the gender? And are you maybe waiting till birth since you have one of each? So yeah, we're going to find out the gender at my 18-week scan, and we're going to have it be a surprise for us. So the doctor's going to put the gender in an envelope, and we're going to be doing an intimate gender reveal with the kids. We really wanted to wait till birth, but we kept kind of going back and forth because I feel like I would not be able to wait. I feel like it's just so exciting that I'd want to know earlier if we're having a boy or girl. Plus, we want to be able to tell Austin and Isla that it's a baby brother or a baby sister, so I think it'd just be really hard to wait till birth. What are you most excited about when it comes to baby number 3? Seeing Isla become a big sister is going to be the most exciting thing, and just having 3 kids, just like seeing how all the kids like interact with each other, and just having 3, I think, yeah, seeing them like all playing together. And it's nice because Austin and Isla are a little bit older, and so they're gonna be like the best big siblings to the baby. So yeah. What is something you're most nervous about this time around? So no matter how excited I am about adding a 3rd baby to the family, the thing I'm nervous about the most is like the transition from 2 to 3, because there's people that say 2 to 3 is a really easy transition, and there's people that say 2 to 3 is the hardest transition. And so that is like the only thing that I'm like most nervous about, because 3 is obviously a big difference than 2. I feel like when I'll be busy with the baby and the kids are going to be needing me at the same time, and I'll be like getting overwhelmed a lot. So that is like the thing that I'm most nervous about, is the big transition. But I think I'm like overthinking it, and I think that it's going to be easier than I think, because Austin and Isla are older. I mean, Isla and the baby are going to be 3.5 years apart, and I think she's going to be a big helper. And same with Austin, because when Isla was born, Austin was 1 year and 2 months. He was still really small. I mean, he was pretty much a baby. He couldn't help out, but now that he's 4, which is still crazy to me that he's 4, he's gonna actually be able to help out with a baby. So I hope it's easier than I think it is. Another one, what is your weirdest craving? Like, I rarely have cravings, so I haven't had a weirdest craving yet. People have the craziest cravings during pregnancy, like they have like pickles and peanut butter, or like the most weirdest cravings, and I've never had anything like that with the 3 of my pregnancies that I've experienced so far. And yeah, so no weird cravings. Any food aversions? So I don't know if I've said this before, but when I was having food aversions in the first trimester, it was any kind of meal I ate. It wasn't a specific food, but it was just any meal I ate. So I could eat like veggies and fruits and dessert, like fine, completely fine. But when it comes to eating meals, whatever it is, like pizza, pasta, like salad, rice, whatever it is, like a bigger meal, I just could not eat it. I remember just driving to Florida. I was 8 weeks, I think. No, I was 9 weeks, I think, when we were driving to Florida, and we stopped by to get burgers. I didn't even get through half my burger, and I just didn't want it. It just made me so sick. I never threw up, thank God. I didn't have like severe nausea, but I just felt like you're about to throw up pretty much. And that is what I felt the whole trimester, literally, until like 12, 13 weeks hit. So it wasn't a specific food aversion. It was just like meals that I like pretty much ate, bigger meals. With Austin and Isla, it was different because I had like a little food aversion. Well, it was a beverage aversion, and it was coffee in the first trimester. With this pregnancy, it's just like actual food aversion. So how did big brother and sister react? We just straight up told them that there's a baby in mama's belly, that the baby is gonna grow, and then when the baby is bigger, when the belly is bigger, we're gonna go to the doctor. The doctor will take the baby out and we will bring the baby home. And they were really excited. I remember Isla was just like, yeah, like she was reacting really, really cute, and they were really excited. And now, like, every time they're like, Mama, like, is your belly bigger? Like, every day they ask me, and it's really cute. So yeah. What helped in making you feel ready to add another baby to the family? I think I said this before in like one of my other Q&As, but I don't think you're ever ready to have a baby. But I said this in the last video, actually, that this last year we kept going back and forth about baby number 3. We kept having baby fever, and then it kept going away and then coming back. And then we're like, if we start trying and it's meant to be, then it's meant to be, and we'll get pregnant. And if it's not meant to be, then we won't get pregnant. And it's clearly meant to be. The other thing is that we for sure wanted to wait. We knew that after we have our second baby, it's either going to be our last baby, or we're going to have a bigger gap between baby number 2 and baby number 3. And it worked out perfectly because Isla is going to be 3.5 when the baby's born. So I think that's a perfect age gap. Names you like but won't be using. Names are so hard this time around. I literally have no names in mind. Like, I have no names in mind for either a boy or a girl. There are names that I like, both for boy and a girl. A lot of them Artem doesn't like, and obviously we're not going to pick a name that Artem doesn't like or that I don't like. But some of the girl names that I really like but we're not going to be using is Annika. I like the name Lydia. I like the name Adele. I really like the name Harper. Boy names, I like Luca, Aiden, Nikita, Carter. For me, it's so much harder picking a girl name than a boy name. It was so much easier with Austin and Isla, but with this baby, it's just so hard to pick a baby name. So we're still thinking of baby names, but those are just some that I like. I really also like the name Scarlett, Sage. We really love unique names for our kids. We just really like names that you don't really hear a lot. So that's the other reason why it's hard, is because it's hard to pick names that you don't hear a lot. Will baby have their own room? As of now, yes, baby is gonna be having its own room. It's really nice when the baby has its own room because it's used to being in its own space versus sharing a room with the parents or like with another sibling. And I think that is all the questions. So if you have any like pregnancy video ideas, leave them down below. It honestly always helps us out, helps me out, especially when you guys leave ideas down below. If you have any other questions that you want to ask, you can just comment them down below and I can personally reply to you. So yeah, we are just so excited to have a third baby. It's gonna be so different, but it's gonna be so new. So yeah, that wraps up today's video. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Say what you wanna say to me now. I want